So let's talk about the hot girl summer, and let's talk about the fact that some aspects of modern culture are encouraging young women to be promiscuous. I'm going to say this now because this is my stance on promiscuity. I believe it's bad for men, and I also believe that it's bad for women. However, in this video, I'm not going to talk to the guys, though if you're a guy watching this, I want you to listen and I want you to think about your role in this. In this video, I'm talking to you as a woman, and I want to remind you of the value that you have to offer the world. And I want to remind you of the fact that only truly good quality men deserve you. So we're going to start off by talking about the double standard, because I know that this double standard fuels a massive amount of this conversation. And for the record, I get it. I absolutely get it. I as a man have a certain privilege. I could go out this week and I could sleep with 10 women and people are going to pat me on the back and say that I'm a fucking legend, I'm a fucking king, and I'm even going to have guys asking me what I do in order to make that happen. However, for you as a woman, no matter what you do, if it's one guy, if it's two guys, people are going to tell you that you're a 304. People are going to tell you that you're broken, and people are going to tell you that you've lost all respect for yourself. I get it. It is a massive, massive double standard, and I can see why that would infuriate you, and I could see why you would want to push back against that, and I could see why you would want to do exactly what men would do. However, I'm going to tell you something as well, and this is something that people don't say enough. Guys aren't looking at guys that are being man-hoes, and guys aren't looking at guys that are sleeping around and celebrating those guys. True good quality guys, and guys that are working on their lives, and guys that are bringing value to the world, they look at those guys and they pity them. They look at those guys as being low value guys, and they look at those guys as being unaspirational and not as being anything that they would like to be like. So my question for you as a woman, and this is something that I want you to really, really think about. Yeah, I get it, you're frustrated. You want to be allowed to do what men can do in the spirit of equality. But just because some men are doing that, it doesn't mean that you should be doing that. Because let me tell you about some of those men. They're lost, they're insecure, they need validation, and they feel like the only way they can get that validation is via casual sex. Is that traits that you want to take on? Do you want to have all those things? Do you want to take on the worst parts of men? Do you want to start demonstrating the same behaviours that are the worst part of male nature? Maybe you do, I don't know. But I don't believe that you do. I believe you want more than that. And I believe that deep down you know you're worth more than that. So yeah, guys are doing that, sure. I acknowledge it, some guys are doing that. But don't be like those guys. Just be a million times better than that, because you have a million times more value than those guys to offer the world. And I'm going to say this as well. And I know that this is going to annoy plenty of people, and I know that this is going to annoy plenty of guys as well. Guys that want to hook up with you and never speak to you again. Guys that match with you on dating apps and come around and hook up with you on that night. Guys that make their way into your roster. These aren't men. These aren't men that respect you. These are immature, self-serving little men children that want to benefit themselves, and they don't care about you. They may like you as people. They may think you're hot. They may think you've got a great ass. They may think you look great naked. They don't care about you. They really, really don't care about you. What they're doing with you, they'll be doing with somebody else. And what they're doing with you, they're probably enjoying more with somebody else. So again, my question is, why do you want to be like that? Why do you want to allow a guy like that into your personal space? Why do you want to allow a guy like that inside you? Why do you want to allow a guy like that to press his naked body on you? Maybe it feels good. Maybe he's really hot. Maybe he's got a big dick. Maybe he's got a massive social media following with a blue tick next to him. Maybe there's just something that attracts you to him. And if that's enough for you, keep going. I'm not going to tell you to do differently. It's your body, it's your choice, right? But my question is for you again. Why lower yourself to a guy that doesn't care about you? Why lower yourself to a guy that's just out there to serve himself? When we talk about sex and we talk about relationships, and we talk about sex and relationships in conjunction with men and women, sex is the currency, plain and simple. Sex is the time when the two genders come together, and sex is the time when an exchange happens. Why would you lower the value of your exchange with a guy like that? Why would you offer something that should be worth 10,000 to you to a guy that's only paying you $1 for it in return? It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't make sense to me. And I just feel like, to all the women that are watching this that want to push back and want to say that they can be like men, they can fuck men and not care about them. Yeah, maybe you can, and that's fine if you can. But why do you want to do that? I come back to the same point again. We're not looking at guys that can fuck you and then forget about you and celebrating them. We're looking at those guys and we're thinking that they're a waste of space and they don't deserve our time. So why do you want to be like those guys? Why do you want to lower your value? Why do you want to lower your sexual value and do what they're doing? You are worth a million times more than that, and I cannot emphasize that enough. When you get older and you start to see some of your friends having kids, you become very aware of how pure human life is. And you can look at a baby and you're genuinely happy for that baby because that baby hasn't been exposed to the modern world. That baby hasn't been exposed to some of the stresses and some of the dangers and some of the things that just come with growing up. And then you see that baby, and that baby becomes a 5-year-old girl, a 10-year-old girl, and that girl is genuinely happy because she goes out into the world and she's starting to make friends, she's starting to connect with people, and she's just really starting to enjoy just her innocence and just living her life. You can meet that girl in 10 years' time and she's a different girl. She's been tempted by the F-boy. She's been hurt by some guy in the past. She's began to sleep with men because she feels that's the only way that she's interesting enough, or she feels that she needs to sleep with guys in order to feel good enough. And you can look at that girl and you can know that some of her innocence has been taken away from her. Then you can meet that girl in 5 to 10 years' time and she's broken, she's damaged. She's saying that all men are trash. She's saying that she's lost. She's saying that she doesn't know what she wants out of life, and she's hoping that something's going to change for the better. Problem is, she just doesn't know how. And she's stuck in this cycle of thinking that her self-worth is all about being with men, and men hold all the power over her self-worth, and they know it. For every girl that goes through hookup culture and comes out happy, meets the man of her dreams and has a family or has whatever she wants out of life, there's going to be the girl that's broken. There's going to be the girl whose innocence is taken, and the girl who's lost, and the girl who has been destroyed by hookup culture. So if you're a girl watching this video, if you're a woman watching this video, my advice would be to do everything that you can to stop yourself ever being that girl. Because yeah, it may feel harmless at the time. Yeah, your friends may tell you that it's fun. Yeah, you may even enjoy it, and that's fine. But you do not know what the consequences are going to be of something. You do not know how it is going to change your mind. And you do not know how you will be at the other side of it. Similarly though, if you're a guy watching this video, I don't want you to be anything that contributes to breaking down that girl. I don't want you to be a part of something that hurts that girl, something that changes that girl's perception of the world, something that impacts on that girl's life in a negative way. I believe more than ever, men and women should be working together. And I believe more than ever, men and women should be building each other up and celebrating each other. Hookup culture may do that for you, but I'm willing to bet that it probably doesn't. And I'm going to end on a final point. And this again, I'm talking to the women watching this video. And if you're a woman and you value sex, and if you're a woman and you value who you let into your personal space and you value who you allow to touch your body, I celebrate that and I applaud that. And what I want to say to you is that if you have a certain amount of time that you want to make a guy wait, a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, and you want to make that guy wait that amount of time before you have sex with him, you do that. Because the right guy and a good guy, he will wait as long as you make him wait, and he will be happy to wait as long as you make him wait. And by the time the two of you come together, the fact that you've made him wait is not going to matter, because you're going to know that he's worthy of your time. You're going to know that he's a good value man, and you're going to know that he's someone that you should have in your life. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I know this is a triggering topic. I know this is one that brings up a lot of emotions, so whatever you feel is fine. But I do hope that you've taken something from it. If you liked it, please can I ask you to click like and subscribe down below. And if you really liked it, I am also offering one-on-one coaching at the website, also down below. But as always guys, take care, and I will see you all in the next one.